I am Lee Burke Bigler, and I am 18 years old. And the start of my problems was whenever I was 13, and my parents told me they were getting a divorce. It was really hard on me. It took a toll on my life. You know, my parents would come to me, who are you going to stay with? You going to stay with mom, or are you going to stay with dad? And no one wants to make that decision. No one wants to choose between their parents, especially when your parents are in that room. And so every time they'd ask me at the dinner table, I would just get up and walk away. No answer. I would never give an answer. And I'd go in my room and I'd just be angry. And so, that just really takes a toll on you, is whenever your parents get divorced, and it just leaves a void in your life, and you don't know how to fill that void. You're used to always seeing your parents together, happy Christmas morning. You're always up and early waking your parents, and I don't get that anymore. I haven't seen my parents talk to each other in a while, and so that's really hard for me. And that void that it leaves, I tried to fill it with people. The people were not good influences. They have offered me, or they did offer me, just about everything you can possibly imagine. And one of those things specifically was alcohol. And in 8th grade, summer going into 9th grade, I was hanging out with him, and I tried it. And I didn't like it at all, so it was pretty easy for me to throw that down. But whenever you see, you hear stories of people that go out and drink and stuff, and how good of a time they have, I'm kind of a thrill seeker, so that's real appealing to me. But I know I'm not going to do that. And I've been offered every drug you can possibly imagine. And I'm pretty good at saying no to that stuff. It's become routine, actually, for me to say no to that stuff. And once I started hanging out with I stopped hanging out with those friends, I turned to my older brother, who is, he's my brother. I love him. He's like my best friend now. I talk to him more than anyone else. And he's not an awesome influence either. He likes to drink, and whenever I see him drinking, it triggers, hey, should I be drinking with my brother? It's it's kind of sends you for a loop, and it's an obstacle to get over it, but you kind of manage to go through it. And my brother is my best friend for sure. And just seeing him do that kind of stuff, it really, every time you see it, just breaks a piece of your heart away every time. And then you get on Facebook and you see the party he's to go to and stuff, and then you get on your other siblings and you see the parties that she goes to, the kind of people she hangs out with, and I think a big reason why they're like that is because of my sister was never like that until after the divorce. And I think she was probably going through the identical thing that I was. And that all that stuff just really takes a toll on you, not being able to see your parents together, and they don't talk to each other, and you're never going to see them together again. And that so it just really makes you a wreck. And people always see me in the hallways as the person that's always smiling and happy and telling jokes and giving people that you don't know random hugs. And people always see that person like, he can't have a rainy day. There's no way that guy has a rainy day. And I do. I most definitely have my rainy days. Life hits me in the face just as hard as it hits everybody else, But behind closed doors, I used to be a very angry person, all the time angry. So beforehand, I was just an emotional wreck. I was alone and angry and just sad all the time. But now I'm whole. I'm happy. I feel peace, And all that is through God.